Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. Let's play Ostranauts. And today we are going to install that reactor. We got everything kind of prepped in the previous episode, and we are effectively ready to go. I'm going to move a couple of things around just to give myself a little extra space, but other than that, it is time. We're going to go for it. I'm going to move this door over here. And the reason it's become time is I don't have space. I need to get all this stuff kind of put where it's going to be and not worry about did I accidentally sell something like I did the other day and, things like that. So we are going to get these cleaned up just a little bit space-wise, and we're going to go right about here. I'm trying to decide if it makes sense to go right in the middle. So you generally need about 14 by 14. Actually, you can do it for less space than that, but and I'm not exactly sure how small. I have not test driven the reactor build that I've been considering to see what its minimal footprint is. And with having to cut a hole in your hull and putting it in, it's a permanent change. You can, of course, patch that, but it's a lot of work if you put it in and you don't like where it's at. So I'm kind of on the fence a little bit, starting to lean towards maybe go ahead and cheat up towards the middle of this core of this room, maybe expect to add 2 spaces here. I'm more than likely going to need some space for these big tanks. You can't put them right next to each other. They've got a pretty big footprint. Actually, we can kind of look at that real quick. Let's hit install. You can see how big that guy's footprint is when I go to put him in. Not an easy fit. They've got to have, so I can put it here, which means I can't put reactor right up against it. I can put it here. So you have to have one square of space around it. We could put it in the bedroom. Actually, we really can't. There's not enough room between those spaces. Lots of things here would be okay, I suppose. I don't know if I really want it in the control room. I mean, in the cargo room. Definitely don't want it in the bridge or the. I'd been calling this engineering, and I think my intent was to put batteries in that in here, and also just have like all the mechanical. This is probably more of a mechanical bay than engineering. I wanted this to be engineering with the reactor. So the reactor is 3 by 3. So that would be here. Parts generally take 2 squares more at minimum, and some of them take as many as 5 squares, depending on how you set it up. And I was kind of looking at how the pieces can fit together, and maybe there might be a way to optimize that a little so you maximize space in a couple of directions, and you can squeeze a little tighter to a corner or something. But the fact that these tanks have to go in kind of changes the game. You know what I didn't see? Would that fit? You know what? That might be a way to go. I don't love it. I like to at least pretend that you can get to some of these things if you need to. But maybe we build out just a little instead of building a big square. And, I'm trying to avoid the flying square, though it seems like I keep moving closer and closer to a flying square. I tend to build wide, not down. I'm not sure why I do that. Wondering if you have the same biases when you're building out your ships and that. But I might be able to make that work. That might work. We could expand just a little space, give it walk around room. Maybe. Yeah, that could work. We'll see. So maybe not worry about that. And then the other thing I could do is build another pod. I was hoping that I could put this guy in here, but I don't think I can. Yeah, that's going to have to be bigger. So that's too bad. I thought that would work. Doesn't look like it will. So we'll probably have to expand this out a little bit to give more room for that. And maybe we can put them, I don't know, maybe we can figure out a way to put them more side by side. So I'm going to put in the main core of the reactor. I'm not going to worry about the big tanks today. I think that's what we're going to focus on. So let's get started here. I've talked enough, haven't I? I'm going to, yes, I'm going to move this guy up here. Oh, I put him half on top of the battery. I didn't know I could do that. And Yeah, I'm going to want to move this guy out. We'll put him over here. So I think I know where I'm going to go. And if I'm wrong, I'm just going to have to expand out a little bit. I mean, I have the parts. It's not like it's a big heartache or, you know, inconvenience to build the ship a little bigger. God forbid the ship be bigger, right? I'm not taking it in Atmo, and I'm not planning on taking it to major gravity wells anytime soon. So I guess maybe to Venus. That's going to be fun. All right, so I think I'm going to drop the reactor right here to start. So I'll have a little space on these two sides, and I'll have a lot of space on these two sides. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Now I can't even remember where I said. Right here? Yeah, give me 2 by 2, 2 by 2 here. Yeah, so we're going to cut this piece of floor out is what it comes down to. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that as an order so I don't forget. Floor uninstall. Because I've already forgotten. I think it was this one. So 3 around it, 2 extra in each direction. That should work. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. So now I need to put on a suit. And I noticed that Emma is over here sleeping, and that's fine. If they don't have any work to do, they're welcome to do what they need to do. I don't know if I'm talented enough to be working on that and have Emma bringing me pieces while I'm doing it. We'll see. Maybe I can figure that out. That feels like a lot of moving pieces for very little payoff, though. All right. So didn't I open? I guess I didn't. I must have just hit invo. Yeah, that's on me. I have no idea what I was missing there. But nonetheless, here we are. I've been swapping around which pieces I wear on any particular day, and there's really no rhyme or reason to what I've been selecting. Oh, I have to put the pants away first because the backpack is going to come down into the hand. There we go. And then I put on a helmet to test it all out, make sure I have battery, 70% battery, 90% of the oxygen is available. I think we're good to go. I do have a couple of things in. Yeah, okay, I do want to distribute some of that. So Emma's PDA, I really didn't mean to take it. I thought I had given it to Emma when I was kind of getting her sorted, and I apparently didn't. So it was in the one crate. We're going to set that there, and I will switch over to her and grab it eventually. This shirt we're going to put in here. That's technically Emma's shirt. It was in the same container. Did it open? It did open. It's over here. Way over there. What was that about? All right. And this is a chair. This is all good. Are we hungry or anything? I didn't pay attention to that. No, we're in really good shape here. Oh, we're tired. So let's go ahead and handle that real quick. Going to go ahead and sleep. It's 3 in the afternoon. Why not? Let's go ahead and set sleep time for both of them. 1500. I need to pause the game. I hear him walking around. Yeah, oops, one too many. Give Emma some break time there. Yeah, I don't love doing this, but I get tired at weird times right now. I'm trying to get to where I have a set schedule that makes sense and I don't have to mess with this. Just not there yet. So, okay, that was me walking around. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get back over here and set down the suit at the very least. Guess we can put both of those down and jump in bed and fast forward 6 hours and hopefully we're awesome then. Lies down comfortably on the bunk and is unconscious. Well, that is what we were aiming for. So let's fast forward. We'll just go ahead and do the max. They'll both be rested, hopefully, and then we will get going. You said you were putting in the reactor. Yes, I am really, really, truly planning on doing that. I really do mean it. But these things come up, right? So, okay, 2,100 hours is work schedule for both of them. So it does show that for Mo Chad. Let's see if we can get him to actually move. Okay, they're both up. And before Emma runs around and does something that I don't want them to do, I'm going to take control of them, get them. I bet they need to eat. Oh yeah, they need to eat. So we're going to get them some food. Slow down just a little. They definitely need to drink. So we'll get them some water. One more drink and then some food. There we go. This one looks good. There it goes. They're still a little hungry. Oh, it says they're stuffed. Okay, so we'll be fine there. Bowels moving. We're going to go ahead and have Emma take care of that issue. And while Emma is doing that, we'll come over to Mo Chad. He'll get his suit back on, so we're ready to go. Come over here and do some eating and drinking. Actually pretty good on water. He is thirsty, but I was kind of expecting that to be a little higher than that. There we go. And then we will do some eating. Okay. And he is sated. That's good. He does not need to hit the head, and everything else looks pretty nominal. So he's ready to go. We'll start moving him over here to get ready. Oh, he's going to want to take one of these with him at least. Actually, he's going to want to take them both, come to think of it. Where am I going to put those? Because I think they'll fit here, actually. So he'll put one here, and then he will literally carry this second one, and I think that'll work. We could also come over here, rotate that, put it there, move this over one more, and that should give it plenty of space now. Okay, let's go back to Emma. Done with the bathroom. I would bet, yeah, dirty. So they're going to want to clean up a little bit. Inventory that. There we go. They're probably going to need 2 wipes worth because I mean, this is really high up there, right, folks? So we will take care of that. Freshen up. And that takes a long time, so I'm speeding time way the heck up. That one's done, and we're going to do it again. Freshen up. Will the trash go in? It does not go in the same place. That's too bad. Okay. And then we want Emma to pick up the PDA. Not unlock it, but pick it up. And we're just going to put it in a pocket. And then we're going to... And they have water on them. Awesome. Good. Okay, and then we're going to put the trash in here. Sort of our garbage can of sorts. Things that can be sold later. Just keep forgetting they're there. And then the other thing I wanted to do with Emma was, oh, they've got some scrap in that on them. We're going to get that sorted away. And small mechanical will go here. And that's probably electronic, and that goes here. Okay. Then one last look. If there's anything else I can move, I could move the cryo tank out of here. Where would I put it? I guess, yeah, I could put it here. And that'll free up enough space. I think there's enough space now. So I maybe don't need to worry about that so much. Emma is now relaxed, fed. All systems go for Emma. So they're just going to hang tight for now. We could put them on auto. I don't know if they'll actually do anything. Yeah, the things they need to do are in here, so. Oh, no, we don't want them to do that, do we? That's cutting a hole in the floor. Not yet. Let's cancel that action. Yeah, we're going to put that back. Wasn't thinking about that. Emma can do that work too. And clearly she was okay with doing it. 1, 2, 3, 1. I think that's it, right? Yes, that's the spot. All right, we're going to move Emma over here. Mo Chad is getting ready to cut that hole. Actually, you know what Emma can do is close this door. Perfectly capable of that. So she's going to take care of that. Mo Chad will get his helmet on and get started. Here we go, folks. Time to install. Oh, God bless. Okay. Last thing. Stop, Emma. I messed up. Emma is done doing what I told her to do because she's efficient. I have to pull this in there. We're going to need this piece too. That's on me. And it does take forever to open those hatches. Okay, drag down here, slow back down, switch to Emma. Emma, close that door again. And while she is doing that, we switch back and we are good to go. Okay, so we're going to uninstall this. So I guess, can I just auto task him? Will he go and do it? He will. Okay. She's not quite done shutting the door yet. Okay, door's closed. That was a little closer than I had intended. And then we need to get that piece of floor out of the way. And we're going to install this right there. Good to go. Now, as he builds out, oh no, what's he missing? Not enough space. Okay. Well, so first let's cancel this. I think it's this right here. So we will drop what he's holding. Did he drop it? He's not dropping it. Please drop. There it is. And we're going to pick this up. We're going to drag it up here. I knew I should have taken that out. Oh, what happened to Emma? They're weary as if they've been awake and is probably hallucinating. I'm not sure any of that is good. Okay, maybe it kind of set them as being in there when the door shut. I don't know. This should be a vacuum right now. It is. The door's shut, so we're good over here. The blue number there, I think it's blue, is that's nitrogen. We're okay with nitrogen. I haven't really implemented that just yet into my plan. Getting there, just not there yet. Okay, so that's Emma because I'm still on Emma. Let's go back over here. Do that. Okay, now let's see if we can get this installed. So we have to pick it up because it's sitting on the spot we want to install it in. There we go. And then install. Can we get it this time? Here's hoping. There we go. All right, 16 times speed because it's got a lot of work to do here. Okay, well, I thought it did. I thought it automatically grabbed these. So install. Okay, this is where we actually lay out the direction of everything. So there's a couple of things to pay attention to. Where the feet are, that is the access panel where they will control it from. Then the other two spots are where power needs to come in to give you the actual power to run the computer, to run the reactor, and then the output. And unfortunately, you can't like flip it. Honestly, I would prefer it flipped from here. I'd want the feet at the top and the two plugs at the bottom with the feet on the left. Can't do that. This is probably my best option then. So we're going to go with that. I wonder if that makes sense. So what I'm saying is I want, nope, it was this one. I would love this to be flipped bottom to top so that the feet, I'm pointing on my screen and you can't see that. My feet are up where it says conduit wall basically. And then the plug is down where the feet are. But in this orientation. So this isn't what I want. And this isn't what well, I guess this is what I want, but flipped across the vertical axis then. So flipped horizontally, is that how you would say that? Honestly, not sure. I want the feet on the left, but otherwise just a flip of this. So can't have that. We're going to go with this. And I guess that'll be okay. I'll have a little extra space up that way. But now I'm starting to second guess if I should have put the reactor more in the middle. And like I said, I'm just going to plan on having to expand the wall out. So I don't know if I can actually place it here because there's that other piece, but it may recognize that as being okay to work with. There it goes. So we're in good shape. And did I leave that other piece out there? Son of a gun. Well, you know what? The pressure should be coming back up in here now, or at least it should be able to. I don't think there's still a leak. I don't have any way to pressurize in here. So I think we're okay there. We're going to come here and open this, cross our fingers. There we go. And temperature's coming up, pressure's coming up. We're in good shape. It's cold right now, but it's happening. Okay, there we go. Continuing to install that. And I am going to jump over to Emma. I am going to have them take this out of here. So come pick this up. I just want the space to be able to maneuver and figure out how I want to lay things out. Yeah, a little cold in there for Emma, but that's okay. They're back in the nice, well, the temperature everywhere dropped, right? Because this was exposed to vacuum and it averaged it out, and that's close to probably 30 to 40% of the ship. So yeah, that was to be expected. Okay, slowing things back down and jumping back over here. Now, ideally, actually, what I probably could have done is put Emma back here in the bedroom and shut this door, and then this would have maintained its heat, and that would have been awesome, but I didn't think to do that. So they're going to be a little uncomfortable for a few more minutes. But if we're being honest, 17 degrees Celsius is not exactly cold. So, all right. Yeah, but we're good to go here. Mo Chad can take off his helmet. He'll be a little cold for a while, I guess, but he'll learn to deal with it. In fact, well, yeah, let's go ahead and see how we're going to put these pieces in and then decide if we're going to have to do some expansions or not. So he's going to come over here and unload his suit. Pick up the pace a little. I do see what I was trying to figure out what this graphic is. That is the uninstalled door under that wall. I'm not quite sure how that worked out, but it is what it is. There we go. Get your shoes on. And I think we're good. We're holding some floor. We're holding some parts, some lights. I think we're okay with that for now. Let's come down here first. Let's move that door. Yeah. And then we will tell this door to close so that, yeah, it has oxygen. It looked like it was up to temperature. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Come back over here and let's figure out how this is going to work. So in looking at this, I think my best bet, although again, I'm realizing size does play a big part here. I think my best bet is to do something like that with this piece. This is by far the largest piece. I think there's one more that's kind of long as well. Let's try putting that here. Yeah, the laser capacitors are also pretty long, but I think we can do some other things. So if you're new to putting in a reactor, here's the important parts to know. So first of all, here's where I need power, and here's where power goes in, here's where power comes out. So we're going to shoot a wire here and shoot a wire probably to here. The pieces of the reactor get attached to these points. There's 12 of these points, and so there's 3 on each side, and you have to connect one end of any particular piece to one of those points. And that's really how it works. And then the pieces you need a couple of pellet feeders, laser array, laser capacitor, reactor fuel regulator, MHD generator, the core pump, and there's one other thing and that's escaping me, and that is the cryo pump. Cryo pump has to get dropped in there. So we have those pieces must be put in here, and they all take up different amounts of space. What I'm trying to do in this particular attempt is minimize the overall footprint by kind of putting the pieces together in a puzzle where they fit each other's nooks. So this guy is long and he's got a 3x2 on the end, but it's, a 1x2 here. I can fit this inside of that. And there's no particularly prescribed spot where any of these need to go. So that's helpful. We can kind of play with it as needed. But what I'm realizing is there's absolutely no way to use any of these right now because everything's going to take at least 2 extra spaces. So if I can get by with putting everything in a manner that just hits these, I don't know that I can't, well, these, and I think I can maybe access this one because I can come off this way. That would work, but I don't think that's going to be possible. So I'm going to have to build out a couple of more spaces in each direction, or I'm going to have to move it. And that's what I was trying to avoid, was having to move it, but it's starting to look more and more like moving it like up and over 1 or 2 might be best to put it right in the center of the room, right there. It's not quite the center. That's one spot north of center, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe put it down 1 and then intend to build out this way. But I'm really thinking I'm going to need to do that. And I'm a little disappointed because I thought I had planned out well enough that I wouldn't have to. So let's make that move and get the reactor sorted out in the next episode. I want to thank you for your time this time. And until next time, fair travels.